All glories to Srila Bhaktisunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai, and all glories to Srila Bhakti Rakshidha Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to the whole Sri Rupa Nuga Sampradaya, Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj have brought us Krishna consciousness, brought Krishna consciousness to the world. And today we're going to hear a few words from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshidha Dev Goswami Maharaj, on the theme of attracting people, but attracting people to hear the pure message of Mahaprabhu, the gift of Krishna consciousness. So, Srila Guru Maharaj speaking. Through the empirical method, ordinary knowledge and ordinary apathy towards worldly things cannot create devotion proper. That by self-abnegation, learning all these worldly things, I shall gradually attain bhakti. It is not so. But bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya, that bhakti is the cause of bhakti. Devotion is its own cause. When I get devotion proper, the real vairagya, self-abnegation, and knowledge will come in its retinue, naturally. That is normal. Otherwise, neither ordinary self-abnegation, the mood or tendency of renunciation, nor knowledge of the worldly matters can produce real devotion. So the knowledge of astronomy, astrology, mathematics, or all the great achievements of science, like those of Einstein, may be utilized to capture the ordinary people, who may then be introduced to pure devotion to Krishna. They are a kind of bait, these worldly knowledge, etc. They are kind of a bait, like laddu sweets. By distributing the sweets, we may attract the person and then tell them who Lord Krishna is. We say to them, the sweetest thing is Krishna. That is the line of anukulyasya sankalpaha, favorable to the cause. But this should not be misinterpreted to mean that we should try to acquire some special power, like the knowledge of hypnotism, and hypnotize whoever will come, and then give them the mantra. That is all artificial. It is a misunderstanding. But to capture the mind of the other party with such attractions like astrology, and thereby defeat their mental pride, crush their vanity, and then to help them to come forward with surrender, so the true thing can be distributed to them. In this way, such knowledge may be utilized. Is it clear? And then the student says, very clear, Maharaj. And there is something else I would like to ask. I have now passed 3 years in the sannyas ashram, so I want to ask, to pray to your divine grace for some instruction, some practical advice about sannyas life. And Srila Guru Maharaj's reply, always keep in association with the Vaishnava of the higher plane in order to keep yourself healthy, to supply yourself with vitality. Whatever you do, whether it is preaching or any other service, it is to keep the vitality within you. That can come from the association of the dynamos, that is, the Vaishnavas. And that is the main ideal, to keep your life intact and then go on with the work. Because if the vitality diminishes, then everything will go. It will be lost. So most important is the spiritual vitality and its supply. And the source of that supply, the dynamo, is the Vaishnava. When the Vaishnava is absent, we can receive nourishment from the scripture, the Gita, the Bhagavatam, other books, and the writings of Gurudev. Then the student said, I am very satisfied hearing from your divine grace. And Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, I consider myself fortunate if I can render some service to you in this way. Student, shyly, no, I consider myself fortunate to sit at your feet. I cannot express my satisfaction. And Srila Guru Maharaj saying, so I think you are genuine, a sincere person. You have connection with that which is unlimited, of infinite character, and that is your fortune. The student then asks, I would like to ask another question, Maharaj. And, yes, so devotees are asking here. So this excerpt is from the book Divine Aspiration, a small booklet by Srila Guru Maharaj. Not a booklet, but a small book. So the student is now asking another question. In my country, I have contact with a very influential man. He is the president of a karate association and a very expert martial artist. He likes Krishna consciousness and wants to be a devotee, but he's not so much a Brahminical type. He likes the Kshatriya dharma. He is also attracted to mystic powers, and apparently he has them. What is your Divine Grace's view on these things? What instruction would you give to your mission about dealing with or accommodating them? Perhaps you could give some advice as to how I should introduce Krishna consciousness to this person. What would be your Divine Grace's guidance in this case to help a person of such a nature? Then Srila Guru Maharaj replies, just as you have already asked regarding the learning of Jyotisha, astrology, so it may be in this case. It is of a very lower order to utilize physical strength to fulfill our purpose. Mahaprabhu did not accept that. When Srila Swami Maharaj's mat in Mayapur, the Sri Chandradoya Mandir, was attacked by a party of gundas, gangsters, he did not oppose them with physical force. He was inside the building at that time, and he sent a kirtan party out. He told them, go and offer yourself as the prey of those gundas. So those ruffians had come, entered the compound and created some disturbance. Srila Swami Maharaj asked his devotees, go out and challenge them with kirtan. Without any weapons, go with the kirtan party and offer yourself as prey for the gundas. And by that, the danger subsided. So Mahaprabhu's weapon is passive resistance, not physical attack, not offensive for offensive, but to show a passive attitude in order to conquer the offensive thing. That will be better. That is the policy of Mahaprabhu. But when that is not possible, one in a lower stage of realization can take physical help for self-protection. And sometimes if we see that the deity or that the Vaishnava is going to be prey to the rowdies, if they are being attacked or are going to be demolished, then we are justified in using any measure to protect them, the stick or even the gun or any other weapon available to us. At that time we can assert whatever force possible. But generally, such measures we may not use for ourselves, for our own protection. We depend fully on Krishna. Rakshishyatiti vishvaso. That he will protect me. But in the case of Vaishnava, Guru or deity, we can assert ourselves as far as possible, and with all our resources, we will be ready to give our own lives. If sincerity of purpose is there, then in extreme cases, such use of physical force may be accepted. But it is a question of realization. According to one's own realization, the proper adjustment in understanding and applying these principles will come. Hare Krishna. So anyhow, some reflections there on different types of persons, but that ultimately, what is the sweetest of the sweet? That is Krishna consciousness. And then how to keep up as a preacher or as a sannyasi, as a devotee, a committed devotee. For anyone to keep up their devotional life, then association with the senior devotee, the genuine devotee, this is required. And when not available, then their books. The books, the Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the books of our masters. Then they may be the source of our keeping up our strength, keeping up our vitality. But if we, as far as possible, to keep the association of devotees and to utilize the mystic powers or strength or anything very carefully in devotional service. Some things may be done to attract people to come, but then to quickly tell them about pure devotion. That we're not getting absorbed in karate, not getting absorbed in knowing about astrology, astronomy, etc. They show some interest to the person who has interest in those things, and then show how this is all going nowhere. It is no solution to life. And then finally some perspective from Srila Guru Maharaj about how somebody who is very expert in some karate or some self-defense methods, it may be that they can use that in the service of the Lord if there is a physical, actual attack to the deity or the Vaishnavas. But Srila Guru Maharaj first pointed out that Srila Prabhupada, he means Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Swami Maharaj, that he sent out the kirtan party as praise to the Gundas. Here we are doing kirtan. And that kirtan then pacified the situation. So very practically, Srila Guru Maharaj is giving us some tips and advice for adjusting to this world, adjusting to our preaching, and for us to put into our practical life. And for those of you who are watching, there is some very practical guidance, direct practical guidance coming from Srila Gurudev in the latest video which has been posted on YouTube in the series Srila Govinda Maharaj video series. It has captions so that you can follow along what Srila Gurudev is saying, and it's from SoCal, Srila Govinda Maharaj SoCal, and the name of it is 970605. Srila Govinda Maharaj SoCal 970605. Means spoken on the 5th of June 1997. And this is new as of whatever date is today, 6th of November 2025. So you can check that. This video, I mean every video everybody should watch, but we feel also, because it's freshly made available, and when things are freshly available, it's like sitting beside Gurudev and hearing him giving direction to the devotees. So Srila Guru Maharaj giving direction, we've just been hearing from the book Divine Aspiration. Srila Gurudev giving direction, giving advice, giving really direction of what is Guru Maharaj's line. And this is in that video which we saw part of today with the devotees, and we look forward to seeing the rest of. And always keep an eye on the video series, Srila Govinda Maharaj video series for new posts. They come quite regularly. Also Srila Sridhar Maharaj video series. Also there are several posts there with subtitles to help you hear and understand nicely the words. It is them who are the giver of the greatest grace. This is our channel. We want to be invisible and simply give you them, show you them. And if we can help you to understand some things you may not understand, we are here to assist. We were with them for many years. We know their heart. We want their heart, their mood, their everything to continue generation by generation. So if in doubt, you can ask. We're here to serve. Jai Srila Gurudev, Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Jai to all of the Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga, and Jai to all of the sincere seekers who may be hearing our short reflections and discourse and reading on these Facebook and Instagram speeches, talks, posts maybe they're called these days. All right, all glories to our masters, all glories to the devotees. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha, kripa sindhubhya evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.